What's up, homies? There's my new 1911 Micro Compact. What a beautiful gun that is. I was looking at the internal parts of it, and there is a reason why these planar 1911s, like these GI models, there's a reason why they're not real expensive, and but you can fix all that. The reason why Kimbers and Colts and and higher end Springfields, part of the reason why is they have more time in the gun shop. You know what I mean? What they do is they're just more refined. It doesn't mean, are they more reliable? Probably, but when they're all broken in, they're all about the same. But what I want to do with this gun is, and believe me, you got to do your homework before you do anything to your guns. Call like 4 gunsmiths first and make sure you're not going to screw your gun up. That's rule number 1. If I ever do anything on a video, I know one of you guys might do the same thing I'm doing, and the last thing I want to do is do something I don't know what I'm doing, and then you guys do it and screw your gun up. That would suck. So I will make sure that never happens. I already know, because I used to work at a machine shop, it's very similar to people that work on guns, to a certain extent. It's machine work, okay, and refined work. And what I'm going to do is, when you buy guns, I'm getting off track. When you buy guns like this, the reason why they're like between $500 and $600 and they're not $800 and $900 is because they don't have a fancy finish. It's Parkerized, but I love the Parkerized finish because it's one of the most durable. It don't have fancy serrations on the front. It doesn't have night sights. It don't even have raised sights. It doesn't have an extended grip safety. It doesn't have an extended trigger. It doesn't have an extended mag release. I'm telling you why these other guns are so much more money. It's not because they're built better. It's because they're just refined. And they have extras on them, and they are refined a little better. Now, the refined part is what we're going to work on. The refined part is going to be the feed ramp that's on the frame itself, and the feed ramp that's connected to the barrel. Now, I noticed when I opened this gun up, the feed ramp and the barrel have not been polished at all, which is fine. The gun will still function, but when you bring it to a gunsmith, and they refine your gun for you, they polish that feed ramp on the frame and the feed ramp on the barrel for you. That's part of the process. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. And that's just the beginning. I got a lot of plans for this gun. I just ordered a really cool grip from Pierce. We're going to do that. We're probably going to polish the barrel, not the whole barrel, just the part that's in the port. And when I get done with this gun, you ain't going to believe it, how nice it's going to look. Okay? I have a Springfield GI. It looks just like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this gun look completely different than the GI, and we're going to give it some fancy upgrades. Okay? It's just a project. It's going to be fun, and that's what I'm doing. All right. See you in a little bit. All right. Here we go. I got the barrel in my hand. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. There's the micro. From here, all the way around to here, we're going to remove the bluing, or the finish, whatever it is on there. I don't think it's bluing, but we're not going to go past here. We're just going to leave that all blued. We're just going to remove this. I know we've done this before, but what we're going to do different today is we are going to, most important thing, is polish that feed ramp. See the feed ramp? See how you can see the grain of the steel? See it right there, you go. See how you can see the grain of the steel? You can see where the grinder went in and made that shape. Well, after they were done doing it, they probably hit it with some sandpaper, but that's about as far as they took it. Okay? Now your higher end guns, they spend a little bit more time on them. After that, they'll sand it with 400 grit sandpaper. These are word for word from a gunsmith, okay? 400 grit sandpaper, and then after that, they'll polish it with flitz, with a buffer, and a Dremel. So we want to try to make that as shiny as we can. Repeat. I didn't say it yet. Why did I say repeat? You do not want to remove material. That's not what we want to do. Please do not want to remove any material. All we're doing is buffing and shining. That's it. No material movement. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. Now there's a feed ramp here, and the frame has a little bit of a feed ramp too. Just a tiny little section. Okay? And we're going to buff that too. And like I said, we're fine-tuning the pistols, what we're doing. Alright. I'll see you in a second. Okay, here's the inside of the frame of the gun. And if you can see, a little bit of the frame has a feed ramp on it. Now I'm going to tilt the gun forward and you'll see it shine. See it? It's like 1/8 of an inch wide. It's shaped like a football. See it? That's part of the feed ramp too. That's on the frame. We need to polish that. Take them steel grooves out of there, and then polish the feed ramp on the barrel. Okay. All right. I'll show you what we're going to need. All right. Here's what you're going to need. I don't have any 400 grit sandpaper. The only sandpaper I have is 220, which might be a little too coarse. I'm not going to take a chance with 220. Okay. So I have 1000 there. See that? I know that's too fine, but that's all I got, so I'm just going to have to work a little harder. The recommended grit sandpaper to use is 400. Be very careful. Remember, this is sandpaper here, this ain't polish. So I'm going to play it safe because I have to. I don't have any 400 grit. I'll just use the 1000. And to start off the first step. Now you're going to need a Dremel like that. You're going to need a tube of flitz and a Dremel bit, buffing bit, which is right here. Perfect shape for it's even shaped like the feed ramp. Perfect shape for doing the job. You could use this. It doesn't matter because remember a buffer ain't going to remove any steel, so it doesn't matter. You can use one of these too if you have to. I might have to because this screws on and they get stripped out and they get screwed up. This you can actually put a washer on the other side and make it tight, and like I did with this one. See what I did with that? Put a screw on the other side. This way you can use it for a long time. It'll never get stripped and it won't come out. So I might end up going to this because I don't know how long that's going to hold on for. But that's all you really need, and then that's it. So we'll start the steps, and damn, I didn't even eat yet. I'm hungry. We will start the steps and get this rolling. Alright? Camera looks like it's doing pretty good today. Alright, see you soon. Alright, I got my barrel and my vise. Make sure you have a vise with rubber bumpers on it because you don't want to damage your parts when you're squeezing them in the vise. Now I got this 1000 grit sandpaper. I don't know if it's going to do anything. It might. And what I'm going to do is, remember, this is 1000 grit. It's not going to really remove any material. It's just going to smooth some stuff out. And I'm going to bend it like this and I'm just going to keep doing this until it feels like silk. You know what I mean? I'll feel it before I do it and then feel it after I do it. Ooh, that sounds sexual. And then make sure it's actually doing something. Wait. And it is. But the recommended grit, like I said, is 400. I don't have any. And I'm not going to Home Depot. Why? Because I hate that place. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing in there. Got a bunch of fucking idiots that work in there. Yeah, it looks great. Look at that. And this is 1000 grit. And it's making a difference. Now what I'm doing is I'm going against the grain crossways so it has some kind of effect on it. But like I said, I'm not really removing material. We're just blending, pretty much blending steel. We're taking the grain out. That's all we're doing. We're not changing the shape or the angle of the feed ramp. You do that, you're screwed. You are screwed if you do that. I don't know if you can see that. I peed on my shirt today. You believe that? Do you ever take a piss when you with your shirt, a long shirt like a flannel, and you're trying to take a piss and the tip of your flannel hits your wee-wee stream? Yeah. Not this flannel. I wouldn't be wearing it. My other one. I was pissed off. My flannel was pissed on. Alright. Yeah, man, that feels great already. So, you have to start it with this before you use the flits for best results. You could just use straight flits, but it'll take longer. You know what I mean? And I'm going to continue to do this, and then we're going to, because I don't even see me watch me do this. Then we'll go to the flits part. Look at the difference already. Now this is just a sandpaper. I didn't even get to the flits yet. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to recommend 1000 grit sandpaper because it's working. See that? It polished it. You see the difference from before? I should have took close up before pictures and after, man. I just forget. But there's still a grain in there. See the grain? So I'm going to work on a little bit more of the sandpaper. Then we're going to flitz it. And this thing looks like a friggin' mirror without taking material off. Okay? Alright, see you soon. Alright. Damn, I think shaking. Piece of shit tripod I got here. Anyway. I tried to use this, but just like I said it probably would do, it spun right off and flew across the room. There's no way to secure it on there really well. Okay? So, fuck, it's fucking horrible. Alright, so what we're going to do is just get a little flitz from here, a little dab, just put it on the surface. Okay? Some people wait for it to dry first, then they buff it. I've done that, I don't see a difference. Okay, now we'll start buffing the ramp. And this is the only difference they do with these higher end guns is they fine tune them like this, you know what I mean? There's no way I can't hurt nothing. I'm not grinding anything, you know what I mean? I'm not taking any material off. I'm just buffing the ramp, just making it shiny. That's all I'm doing. There goes the fucking phone. Alright, well, you're not going to watch me do that anyway. Sorry about that. Good friend of mine gave me a call and I had to talk to the dude. Okay, here we go. I already flitzed it once and buffed it, and I'm going to do it again. Now you don't want to overdo it either. You just want to make it like a high polished stainless steel. You know what I mean? It don't have to be like a mirror. Yeah, make sure you use a buffer like this, and try to buff it equally on the top and the bottom. Just, you know, common sense, man, common sense. I think that's enough. I don't want to overdo it. I want to show you guys. Now, if you can, my dumbass forgot to take a close-up of the before. I mean, I showed it to you, but I'd rather take a close-up of the before. You know what I mean? Then you can really appreciate the difference. So these microfiber rags are great for doing videos and for shining up shiny guns. So if you ain't got one of these, get some. They're cheap. Okay. I don't know if you can see that thing looks. Oh, that thing looks like a mirror. Let's see if I can do it. Loosen this up a little. Man. See it? I don't know if you can't really see it. It's shinier than that. Let me get it on micro. Okay, if the camera wants to focus. Here it goes. See it? That's how you want it. Just like that. That is a polished feed ramp. That will make your gun more reliable. Yes, it will. That's the extras you pay for when you buy higher end 1911s. This is one of the things you pay. Now I did the frame too, but it's such a, you know, I'm not going to show you everything. I just did the same thing to the frame. Okay? And that's it. Now, I am going to do this part, but I'm not going to do that today because I have big plans for this gun. We're going to dress it up and make it look real sweet looking, okay? Because it is kind of plain, so we're going to really... I already have a gun that's real similar to it, so my agenda is to make each gun my personal, you know, custom to what I like. I don't like two guns that look like each other, so we're really going to make this completely different. This is our project. Alright, man. That's it. That's how you polish your barrel feed ramp and your frame feed ramp same exact way. It's not a big deal. See you. Here's the inside. Gun's all back together. See that feed ramp, man? That's how it should look. I don't know if you can see that. Gun's ready to rock and roll. I just made my gun more reliable just by buffing up that feed ramp like that. Okay? Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this. Hope it helps you. Let me know how yours comes out. Let me know how yours comes out. There you go.